So look at it this way. When we were born from Creator, from Source, we were a duplicate version of that power. And we fragmented down, so to speak, into more of the material realms to experience. Now, this earth has been designed, how shall we say? This earth represents that which you are not.
Mm.
Everything outside of this matrix represents you, the real you, the essence. So perhaps your soul mission in this lifetime, this incarnation, is to realize through your inner knowing that which you are not and that which you are. So look at it this way. Whenever you suffer and struggle, you're entangled in the illusion.
Mm. Mm.
Now, to get out of this web, this, how shall we say, simulation
Mm.
of which appears to be real, takes a bit of effort and commitment. So your destiny is not your career, it's not your job, it's not necessarily your family or anything else. Your mission is to remember experientially that which you are. And you can tell when you're in that space because you will experience what we call oneness and connection, joy and love. So, in that place where you really are, there is no stress, there is no duality, there's no pain, there's no struggle. Now, the key here is your body. To create your body, redesign your body in a way in which it can be a vessel for the real you, not your personality, not your ego. Your ego is designed to balance your checkbook and drive your car, not designed to figure things out in life. That's where we got caught up in the illusion, thinking that the mind will have the answers to all of our problems and issues. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Okay, Darius, did we respond to your query?
You did. I'm just in a, is anyone else in a totally different state right now, just listening to Kenji?
Yeah, I know.
Kenji, I don't even know what, I could ask a bunch of questions, but just keep going. Let's go with that flow of whatever you are feeling needs to be shared. I trust obviously your wisdom implicitly.
So when we identify, because we're taught to identify with our emotions, what's going on in our body, our
Mm.
thoughts. So the shift is knowing that you are not your emotions and you're not your thoughts. So what's left? Consciousness, presence. So look at it this way. And we're speaking about healing now because there's it's been a whole focus of healing for many decades now. And you ever wonder why you go to all these people and you still have stuff going on?
Mm.
Or you go to retreats, you go to workshops, you take training, you spend all this money on coaching programs. And yeah, it feels good for a while, but then it's not permanent. Well, why is that? Look at it this way. When anything is given within the matrix, i.e., healing, it's not going to resolve what you perceive that needs healing. It has to come from that place outside the matrix. So let's see if we can bring in an analogy here.
Mm.
That which is created from fear or doubt
Mm.
Anything that comes from stress will not work. That's not permanent. Because as you know, we're reminding you of what you know. Anything that is created from fear only produces more of itself. That which is created from love and truth is eternal, infinite, ongoing, like these activations. It's organic, evergreen. So when you meditate, and we suggest that you meditate every day so you can set the state for the day, that you meditate with presence. So we can do that for a bit right now. So bring your awareness through pranayama, that is conscious breathing. Take a deep breath in and bring awareness to the base of your spine because this is very important. It's your foundation for your body. It's the foundation for your kundalini. It's the foundation for everything that you are manifesting physically in this world. Just bring awareness, just a gentle presence awareness. You can call it the state of love. And just be at the base of your spine for a moment. Because your sacrum, your root chakra, contains all of your historical energies, your ancestral energies, your family energies, tribal consciousness energies, energies from disillusion. So this is a place where you need to look for the clearing. Now, when you do this without judgment, like, oh my God, I thought I'd taken care of that issue. If you go into a place of neutrality like Buddha taught, where there is no right or wrong, just it is, just feel into whatever is arising now from your base and bless it with your presence. Like how a mother would hold a baby that may be crying a bit. Unconditional love and support. Now, create, because you can do this, create a state of safety, the base of your spine, because the world is going through such chaos now that if you mm, stay entangled in that chaos, your base chakra will be really out of balance and you will feel it. Hold the idea in your base of complete safety and trust. Now, bring that awareness up to the heart chakra, to the thymus gland. It's another important area of your body. And you can envision this if you wish, but it's more powerful to feel kinesthetically an opening, a very deep opening in your heart. Think of your sacred heart symbolically as a lotus or a rose. And the petals are opening up to this beautiful sunlight that's coming through the great central sun or coming through source, bathing the whole of your sacred heart. Allow an opening into stillness, which is a key here. So when you're still, things can happen without any doing. Just be. And then move awareness up to the pineal pituitary or Ajna chakra. And we're going to speak to you as cosmic soul now to readjust the pineal and pituitary glands in the physical body. for it's been out of balance, it's been compromised, it's been, how shall we say, veiled. And what you're going to allow your high self to do, in a sense, is to reset it, recalibrate it back to its original, how shall we say, energetic position. And this may take some time. It's not going to happen necessarily instantly. You can allow a reset of those glands so that they become married again, where they become unified as the divine male and female that lives within your body. Now, you're probably going to feel now energies moving through your spine. What we share in these transmissions is the remembrance of who and what you are, why you came to Earth as a starseed. Okay, so open your eyes if you can and hold this state now. Hold this state for your body and for your field and let it circulate throughout the whole of your body, your chakra system, your auric field for the rest of the day into your dream time tonight. So when you're in this place outside the matrix, you know the truth. You know what's going on in the world. You're not affected emotionally or psychologically. Then the question arises, well, what am I going to do with my life? Holding this different state. Well, you know what to do. For your spirit knows how to navigate this incarnation. You just have to trust and allow to be guided. Pay attention to your intuition, act on your intuition. Don't be afraid to step out, to step forward, because that's another thing that the Matrix teaches you is be afraid, be small. Don't say that. Don't upset the apple cart.
Can I ask you, Kenji, about soul purpose and how this fits into maybe the state we're in now? Because that term is kind of a buzzword these days. Everybody wants to know what's my purpose? What's my soul purpose?
Yes, your sole purpose is to remember who you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's simple as that, but it's not an intellectual thing. When you
Right.
experience who and what you are, things change automatically.
Okay.
So when you struggle with money and finances and not enough and not good enough and all this stuff, right?
Mhm.
Again, entangled in the matrix.
Yeah.
So if you as spirit has everything that source has, why cannot you manifest that vibration in the world? It's because
Right.
you've been afraid and taught not to do that. So really, it's untangling all the programming that we unconsciously received since day one. Well, actually, when your body was birthed in the birthing canal of your mom, or even in utero, if you want to go back that far, the programming started when your body was being developed in your mom's belly. So the question would be, well, how do we change that imprinting, that programming? So if spirit is the most powerful thing, so to speak, in the universe, what is preventing all of us from simply being a manifested state of love and truth?
Right.
Now, the truth will set you free. That is true. Will set you free from the illusion. Just because something's happening in the world doesn't mean you have to agree to it and doesn't mean you have to rebel against it and resist it. So when you see illusion in your life, okay, that's what it is. It's not going to affect me. I'm not going to buy into it. I am, that's a powerful statement. I am, well, you could just say that inwardly whenever you come up against any kind of resistance or fear. I am.
A lot of people may feel this state and then say, well, what do I do? Like, do I go work? Do I get a
Mm,
job? Do I start a business? Do I just sit here all day meditating? And if I am, then how are my bills going to get paid? How do you
yeah.
address that? It seemed to be a lot of confusion around
Uh,
holding the state, and then what do you do with it? How do you go into the world?
yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, but you're going to be in a different place doing what you're doing.
Right.
Yes, you get off your duff and you manifest. Yeah, it's time to meditate in the cave and it's time to go to work, right?
Right. You'd be surprised how many people are sitting on the couch just waiting for, the the husband to come in or the $1 million check to come in or
Yes.
whatever it is.
So here's the other trick, the illusion. If we still believe that the material world can bring us happiness and peace,
Hmm.
well, that's an illusion right there. That's a big one.
Correct.
All the mystics have said the material world is an illusion, and the way that we've created society from the very beginning is an illusion in the sense that, mm, again, when you create within the material world that which you believe will bring you peace and happiness, it's not because it's limited, as you know.
Mm.
Look at it this way. You can be a Buddha, you can be a Christ in the modern world, appearing to be normal to everybody else, yet holding this high vibration of you as divine creator manifested in form. So you don't have to change the clothes that you wear or your hairstyle or anything like that, because when you inwardly change your perspective, your whole world will change. You will attract to you different kinds of people, different career opportunities. It's that old saying, seek ye first the kingdom, and all things shall be granted unto thee. We
Yeah.
forgot to do that.
Yeah.
The kingdom, that's the oneness. That has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do
Hmm.
with the Garden of Eden as is perceived in the illusion.
Yeah. And I find it interesting. I was reading the Bible the other day, and I remember what was said was, notice the sparrows, notice, the animals. They don't worry about what they're going to wear, what they're going to eat. But then very soon thereafter in the text, it said, seek first the kingdom, and then all these things will be given unto you, right? And then a lot of people think, well, then I shouldn't worry about anything in the material. But it was a little more nuanced than that, was that seek the oneness versus chasing the material or worrying about the material. And then from that state of being integrated, you're going to find that all those things are provided.
It's like when in Rome, do the Romans do?
Yeah.
One of my teachers said that back to me in 1981 in Canada when I was taking the psychotherapy training. I'm going, yeah, I understood it only on a certain level.
Hmm.
So, yes, we do the things in the world,
Hmm.
but we're not of this world. That's another saying, walk upon earth, but be not of it, meaning don't be. in the matrix. So do the things, appear normal, do your thing. Things will come, as you know, when you put out, it's not even when you put out an intention, because that to me still has limitations, but when when you as cosmic soul are embodied through your body, life happens.
Mm,
Yes, you do the things, but you're going to be in a different place. You'll be in the flow, as you know, and things
mhm.
will just be provided. So again, we have to reflect upon what is it within us that's desiring all these material things that will make us happy and at peace. Relationships, the ideal partner. Oh, that's another trap in a sense. The ideal job, millionaire mindset. That's not going to bring you peace and happiness. That's going to bring you more struggle because, well, as you know, if you are the CEO of a global corporation, imagine what kind of stress comes with that and all the kind of silly things that come with that. You don't
That's
want to
right.
deal with that,
That's right.
right?
It's a magnifier. Magnifying money is a magnifying or amplifier to all the stuff you haven't resolved. So then you can just make mistakes on a bigger and bigger, more dangerous scale.
And then end up having to take more meds to deal with your stress.
Elvis Presley had the world at his feet, and
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
you take a look at all the so-called spiritual leaders in this New Age movement, so to speak, the big guns.
Mm,
Imagine the stress that comes with that. Imagine the discord within the staff that you don't
mm,
hear about. What you're going for is the goal that lives within.
yeah.
So when you could be a grocery store clerk and be the richest person in the world as far as speaking spiritually. So not everybody is going to be a healer or a life coach or do a telesummit or whatever. You're going to do your calling. So here, people are going, well, what's my calling?
Hmm.
Always come back and say, you already know. You just are afraid to do it. You are afraid to acknowledge. So if everything is here already, here in your field,
Hmm.
if everything is always here in your field, you just simply have to open up to it and realize what resistance or doubt is in the way.
Yeah.
Techniques aren't going to do it. Because as you know, if technique works, there would be nobody on this call. It'd be just you and me, Darius.
Yeah, there'd be what 8 billion Kenjis out there, right? Everybody would be saying the same thing because the technique would create the prototype, right? It doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Well, I got to tell you, I'm going to call out our dear Monique because I'm watching her on video. Hi, Monique. Sorry you're smiling, but I've been watching every time Kenji would say something really profound. I'd watch Monique's eyes and she'd kind of go off like this. It's really fun. So I'm gonna unmute Monique. Monique, do you have a question for Kenji? I've been enjoying watching you, my love. You've been the show for me because every time you'd say something, you go off, and I was like, "Oh, she's getting there. She's got it." So what? What's going on? What's been
Uh,
going through your mind
Oh,
today?
everything. So first, I would like to say thank you for having me. I have been listening to you, Darius, about 13 years.
Oh my
My
gosh, no
my
way.
daughter's 14, so that's how I remember she was
Oh,
little. And one one of the first speakers I ever heard was Kenji. So could you imagine how excited I was that he's back and I'm here and you picked me? So it's all aligning.
Oh my God, that's all synchronicity.
Yes,
Wow.
and not to mention, but you showing the video of your son playing football. My son, he played football from he was 7 up until he went as like an undrafted free agent to the NFL. But then unfortunately he was cut. So that was also part of my question was, for me, I want to hold on to it for him. And I think
Yep.
he's like letting it go, but doesn't really want to, like kind of giving up and like, doesn't have the belief in himself. So it's hard for me as a parent to watch him go through that and still try to hold the space. But I also know that that's his journey and I have to surrender and release. So that's part of it. And the other part was, okay, well, then I need to focus inward on myself. And again, we all have a calling and a gift, and there's been so many things that I've wanted to do in my life that I have not gotten the opportunity to do. Again, fear or just being a mom, whatever. So I'm just trying to figure out now, like, where do I go from here for me? And financially, it's been a little rough. So that's just what I have to say.
Side comment, and this is mm, relating to people that go into sports or Hollywood or any of that stuff, more glamorous fields, even medicine.
Mhm.
Whose calling is that? Is it peer pressure? Is it parental pressure? So what I'm perceiving in the world is that there are many people that are doing these things trying to be successful, but that's not the real calling because they've missed the spiritual part of their calling. And what really, if you're doing your purpose, your mission, what are you not necessarily learning, but what are you remembering about yourself and about creation that is significant in a sense? That's that's a rhetorical question, not to be answered, just to
Mhm.
contemplate. There was these Greek philosophers like Plato and Socrates that understood the power of questions and posing questions that aren't supposed to be answered in that moment. It's supposed to be contemplated in meditation. Like the famous one, of course, is like, who am I? But that's really key because if you meditate on who am I, what am I, how am I serving in the world, that could be a profound way to come into self-realization, shall we say. Does that make sense, Darius?
Yeah, let's ask Monique. Does that make sense, Monique, or what's lighting up for you?
Yes, exactly. If I do say who am I, and I think that's where I've been struggling, like
Mhm.
who am I? But I do want to be of service. Like that's what I feel my calling is. I'm always helping people, and I love it. Not just like as a people pleaser, just I like to fix things. I'm a problem solver. But how do I give and be of service? I have like million of ideas and innovated and created and creations from like 20 years ago that I just see coming
Hmm.
out now, and I'm like that could be me being of service, but I just really haven't gotten there to figure out how to go about it. But that's the biggest question. Yeah, who am I?
All right, for all of you that are in private practice or want to start a business or want to evolve your business, so to speak, write down in a Word doc your vision. Not necessarily how you're going to get there, but to write down the highlights of your mission statement. Put it in physicality. Also put in there who is going to help you with this because you're not a solo entrepreneur. Have to work with teams now, other souls of like mind. So I'll give you an example, Darius, and I want to thank you again on the air for bringing Michelle to me because she
Hmm.
was a godsend. She absolutely was. My old team was ready to move on, and I didn't know who was going to take their place, right? I didn't visualize consciously anything. I just go, wow, okay, they're going to leave in a couple of months. Now I got to find a VA, I got to find a content writer, image maker, back end person, all that. And here comes Michelle. perfect fit. I mean, a very perfect, so perfect it's like blows my mind.
Amazing. Amazing. So, Monique, I wanted to ask you, when you think about going forward, what stops you? What comes up that feels like it's kind of pulling you back?
Normally it's the financial process aspect of it. So I always like, okay, well, I need money for this, or I need, different things that maybe I don't have at the time. So and a lot of times just like idea. So I have like written it down. I've even started like the LLC, and then like I don't know what, I just stopped. So again, it could be fear. I know at one point I did have like fear of success. So just kind of trying to work through a lot of different things that I'm not completely sure what exactly holds me back.
Well, we're going to be doing a process called out of the matrix into sovereignty, which I think is a key piece. Kenji, do you see anything with our dear Monique, who's been a loyal listener of the show for well over a decade? Amazing, Monique. Do you see anything that is coming up or that is kind of hitting your spidey senses that could be helpful to her?
Yes, this could hurt a little bit, Monique, but
Oh gosh.
I'll take
Okay.
it. It's probably nothing that I haven't experienced already, so give it to
The
me.
first person she listened to on the show and the last person she listened to on the show. Thanks, Kenji.
so we've all been influenced and conditioned by ancestral programming, uh, our race, in a sense. So the racial imprinting, the gender imprinting. So remember, just because, well, let's put it this way, you hear certain things that are not true, but you constantly may go or say, no, I don't accept that, or I don't believe in that. But your sacrum, because your sacrum absorbs everything in a sense,
Mm,
if that kind of imprinting is embedded in your root, it's going to affect everything. Money flows, belief in self, am I good enough, all that stuff. So maybe look at the remaining, we'll just call it ancestral programming from your lineage, from your race, from even the country that you were born in or live in now, because all of these things are factors that affect your self-esteem. Is that ringing a bell, Monique?
Yeah, so I'm in the U.S. I actually live in Brooklyn, New York, and so of course, being in New York City, you're going to be like I'm in the hub of it all, and I do feel like I'm also trying to break a lot of generational curses, a lot of generational trauma, a lot of ancestral. So I do feel all of that at the same token, and like I also come from a big family. My mother had 12 children, so I'm
mm,
the fourth eldest. She had 9 girls, 3 boys, and
wow.
I, being the eldest, I also took on a lot of that as well. So it's been, one big. So as I said, whatever you said, whatever you tell me, I'm sure I can take it. And that makes sense. So.
What is your dream, Monique? What do you want to create? Like, what were you kind of mapping out to create, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, so I've had a dream of creating a particular style of women's shoes as well
Oh,
as movies. So I've written like some series and some movies
wow.
and but also just travel the world. Like I just feel like there's something in me that needs to connect to the world, and I just want to travel the world and like maybe tell my story of, I was a single teenage mom, 2 kids, just overcoming all of the, adversity
Wow.
that I've had to overcome. So.
Wow. Have you thought about maybe writing a book,
That's been on the list
speaking,
too. Yeah.
speaking tours, and things like that? And then maybe that, I got this as Kenji was talking, I got your truth is your purpose. Like your true essence is your life purpose. I just kept getting that coming in and I wanted to say something, but like your truth is maybe not shoes or, maybe writing scripts is great, but maybe your script, your life is the first part of that. And I
Mhm.
don't know, but that's just what's coming in.
Yeah, that's also been like always a dream of mine too, to write a book. But then I've always kind of stifled because I'm thinking about other people.
Y-
So I
Yeah.
don't know how to tell my truth without harming maybe other family members, as well as
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not in the place. So I'm like, oh, who wants to really hear my story if I didn't kind of make it on
You're
the other side like
you're
that?
thinking I need to do the movie first and do
Mhm.
the shoes first, and then
Mhm.
people want to hear who I am.
Right.
And Kenji, is that, I mean, what do you think about that? It could be true. I don't know.
Mhm.
Okay, one of the biggest energies in the false matrix.
Aha. Yeah.
Well, let's just say some key words here: ridicule, shame, judgment. So it's not your job to care about how your essence is going to be received in the world or how people are going to react to your book or your teachings or whatever. So contemplate that.
Mhm.
If you are a free being, you have no considerations about how you are going to be received.
Mm.
It is not your job to care about how others are going to react to you and what you do. Because if you hold on to that, you're just going to limit yourself and you're going to be frustrated and you're going to feel the internal stress of not fulfilling your purpose in a sense. If I cared about what all you are going to say or react to this conversation, well, I don't. I don't have any considerations. I just do my best to be myself with Darius and the audience. I just bring it all, and I don't care how people are going to react because it's really not your business to care about how others are going to react. That's their issue in a sense. Your job is just to express yourself freely without limitations, without self-considerations. This is what you teach kids. You teach them to be free and spontaneous and not buy into peer pressure. That is so very strong in the Matrix. Peer pressure, stepping out of line. Well, what if I say the wrong thing?
Mm.
Well, you're never going to say the wrong thing if it comes from you, the soul. The soul doesn't make mistakes. Of course, the ego does. But then again, the meditation is what is the difference when I speak from my ego self or my personality self versus my high self, my soul, my monad? You will know because when your cosmic soul speaks, everybody benefits in some way. It's a positive force in the universe. And then again, many people, when they hear the truth, get very upset. And if you look at the world right now, everybody's in total reaction, except those star seeds that are conscious and awake. So let's just say 98% of the population globally is in a state of extreme reaction. And all you got to do is watch the news. Comments, Darius?
I'm seeing a lot of people writing in right now saying this is fitting and how, and just it's like he's speaking to me right now. I mean, through Monique as a conduit and what she's going through, we're all kind of getting getting what we need. Yeah. I mean, Monique, you don't even know if your family's going to really read your book, or they might read a little bit of it, or they may say, "Oh my God, thank you for saying that. You've freed me from this generational energy."
Mhm.
Because you don't necessarily have to lay it on one person. It could just be, hey, this was just something this was just a vibe that we grew up with, or a way that it felt.
Mhm.
It's not blaming mom, dad, or aunt or uncle. It's just, it's just the way it was. And your job may be to free the whole generational line from that by being able to speak about it, identify it, and rise above it, and then show people how you shifted the energy, how you shifted the vibration.
So one afterthought.
Yeah.
You write from the oneness.
Yeah.
That's true energy. That's a true vibration.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you write or do anything from a place of non-judgment,
Yeah.
non-polarity, well, that's all that's required of you. Really.
That's right.
That's your soul purpose. See, we still think it's got to look like something, our soul purpose, our mission. No, because when you know yourself experientially, when you actually go, wow, that's it, you can do anything and be happy. You don't have to be the healer, telesummit host, life coach, medical doctor. We always come back to do what brings you joy, not somebody else's joy, but your joy. So a lot of people go, wow, I can't find my joy. And then we say, well, it's right there. You have it. Just open up to it. So part of the Starseed curriculum is learning or remembering to trust your intuition and act upon it. Don't sit on your duff and contemplate your navel, so to speak. The purpose of meditation is to set the state for the day and your life, and then go with that. Because as you know, if you don't meditate and you go do your thing, you don't feel as good or healthy as if you did meditate or did your yoga or your exercise regime or whatever you want to call it. Are we good, Monique?
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate it because before I was picked too, as you were, talking and doing the meditation, that's I felt it like mostly in my heart, in my throat. I felt all the opening there, and same thing. Like the first time I ever heard you, I did what Darius did. I I fell asleep, but I also felt like I was like astral projecting. Like I felt like myself was kind of lifting, but I always get such good energy. And what you both said, it's been on my mind the past week, anyways. Like
Wow.
maybe I should write this book. So, I have my answers, and like you said, we always know, but I guess we want to ignore those signs and that feeling. And I never have a problem just speaking my mind or speaking the truth. But like I said, I was afraid of who I may hurt family
Yeah.
wise. But I just have to tell
Yeah.
my story and speak my truth.
Yeah, that's right. Not your problem how they're going to react.
And
Yeah.
I got from what Kenji said, and I wanted to say this real quick. When you write from the oneness, you're not writing from blame.
Hmm.
There's no blame when you come from the oneness.
Thank you.
You're liberating everybody. And maybe you don't know what that looks like right now. And it's like, oh, those are just words. But then just stay in the oneness, like Kenji's teaching us, and begin. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit, and you're going to see there's no blame. It's all, and in many respects, it's a hero's journey for all of your family going through what they went through and just showing up and still being present to whatever they're moving through, right? So there's no blame in the oneness. Um, yeah. Anyway, wow.
And
Thank
the
you,
per
Monique. Yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Kenji.
and the person that put in the chat, how do I know if I'm a star seed?
Thank you,
Well, you're on the
Thank you.
call. You're on the call, so you're a star seed.
You're a star seed. Okay. Thank you, Monique. Wow, that was a lot of people were writing in. They're just like enjoying that. I mean, I got so much out of that. Wow. And what an amazing being. I was gonna say, you do a lot with sports and kids, so maybe her son should chat with you because you were gonna talk with my son about my son's about their football journey. We are gonna be doing write the book, Monique. Much love to you. Gail says, well, yeah, Monique, you write the book. I'll send a big email out to our whole community, and
Mhm.
I would be so proud to talk about your book and share it with you, Wealth Revolution, because I'll say, this is Monique. She wrote this book and she's been a listener for so many years. Let's see what's going on with folks. Much love to Monique. My sacrum right now feels like a big puddle of love. Wow, pretty nice, Melinda. Yeah, I mean, through that, we're all healing, we're all moving. Write the book you would love to read. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so Kenji, what I want to do. Oh, listen to this. This will definitely. Oh, wow. So, beloved superstar, Darius, Monique is truly a godsend. I'm in New York City. I've been looking for a team to create beautiful and comfortable shoes. No way. I am also connected with a filmmaker. Monique, let's connect. So, beloved superstar, can you, I don't know, drop me your email and I can send it to Monique? Actually, find Diane Howell, and Diane on our team will write it to Monique. Or if you want to put your email in the chat, I just would like y'all to connect. So I'm going to let that happen. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Or if it doesn't happen through this, write to us at support@uwealthrevolution.com, beloved superstar, and we'll get it to Monique some way or another. But I would go through the chat, see if you can just chat her indirectly or directly. This is cool. Okay, so Kenji, we've been going here. I want to move into maybe what we've already started opening the door to, which is getting out of the matrix and into sovereignty. Isn't it funny that Monique was talking about wanting to do a lot, and like we all do, but the matrix energies were kind of making it harder. So tell us what we're going to do in this 10 to 12 minute wave activation, and how quickly do we have to grab our blanket and snuggie?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay.
30 seconds. So Darius, feel free to end up on the carpet, because if you do, I gave instructions to Michelle to kind of take over as you attempt to get back up into your chair. Okay, so
Oh, I like that.
yeah.
Okay.
Michelle's got your back.
All right. I love it. I love it. And anyone else, if you're still on the carpet and if y'all want to turn on your videos, let's do that. I had an idea. Why don't we turn on our videos? I want to see, we can watch people on the carpet. That'll be a fun little visual for us on the live show. And anybody that's listening in on the X or YouTube or Facebook, we're going to end the live stream for all of you. You're going to want to go to the page where we will host the replay, uwealthrevolution.com/Kenji30. We're going to end the live stream, but we'll have the activation recorded on our special page. So look for the link, and then we're going to get started. And yeah, y'all turn on your videos. I want to see who's on the floor. Maybe some of you start levitating. Maybe some of you become translucent and your body just disappears and you are in the oneness. But please come back. All right, we got a few people already on the floor.